Hello, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving to those who participate. I just want to send a lot of love to all of you, a lot of gratitude to all of you for this beautiful community. You know, I say it all the time how honored I am to be able to do what I do, to be of service to you guys, and just how grateful I am for your caring natures, your wisdom, the energy exchanges that we experience here. This is one of the best communities that I've had the pleasure of being a part of and that I've had the pleasure of seeing among these various collectives. I am so utterly grateful to all of you, every single one of you. Thank you so much for being a part of this gorgeous community. I just remain so humbled and grateful for all of you. So, I did want to have a reading for you. I spent today. I'm gonna post this on Thanksgiving on Thursday. However, I am recording this on Wednesday. I wanted to have a live stream channeling and chat, but I spent the day working and cooking with my mom, so I am a little bit tired and unable to do the live stream. So I did want to have a reading for you guys. Going into the weekend, I'm not sure. I'll have some written channelings. I'll have some written Sacred Union energy updates over on the YouTube community post, over on my social media, Instagram and Facebook. So do make sure that you're following me on all platforms because each platform varies a little bit as far as what I post. So do make sure that you're following me in all those places to get the most out of everything. But I did want to have a reading for you guys available just to kind of see where the energy is. This is going to be a quick reading on what the connection is. Before we get started, I do want to once again remind you guys that I'm running a little bit of a special that we talked about in the last Sacred Union Energy update. Thanks to those of you who are participating in that. If you would like to purchase any of my books, I'm an author as well as what I do here, any of my novels, you will get a written channeling along with that. It'll be a 3-card pull, but it'll be a written channeling. So as a result of that, you can order signed copies via my author website, which will be in the description box below. You can order from any online retailer, hard copy, paperback, digital editions, whatever. Just send me, if you order it through me, signed copies, then I'll know that you're getting it and I'll get you your written channeling. If you order it through anybody else, just let me know, send me the receipt, and I'll make sure that you get your written channeling as well. So thank you guys so much. That really supports me. I want more than anything to just continue to get my work out there, to have my books read, my stories told. That was, ever since I was a child, I wanted to be a writer, wanted to be an author, and I built my publishing business first before this one, and that was in the midst of when I was sick, and it was a dream come true. It was, in the beginning, I felt like I was leaving behind a legacy just in case anything happened to me when I was sick, but then it became, me fulfilling a lifelong dream, and I'm just really, really grateful to be able to do everything that I do and share my stories and share my heart through my books, share myself through my books, and do the same here on this platform. You guys are so supportive as a community to hold that space for me as I do all of this work. I love being in service to all of you through all these various mediums, sharing my heart and sharing my soul and sharing myself. Really appreciate it. Additionally, we have the 2023 Tarot Planner that just went live today. That's available on my website and it's available in my Etsy shop. So if you are a tarot reader or you want to just understand tarot a little bit better, it's a tarot planner and a workbook/journal to help you for the year ahead. And there are 3 blank tarot planners as well in all 3 previous designs from the past couple of years, because this is the last year that I'm going to be producing the tarot planner. So as a freebie, with the 2023 tarot planner, you get all 3 designs as blank tarot planners. And what I mean by blank is it doesn't have the certain months, it doesn't have the moon cycles as we have in the dated planners. It's been amended to make it blank so that you can fill in the dates on your own, whatever information that you need to fill in on your own. So that is available now in my Etsy shop and in my on my website. I'm going to have more announcements. If you subscribe to my newsletter, you already got the announcement. I'm not going to share that here yet. It's going to keep it a secret until next week when I announce it. And there's going to be some changes here to the channel as well. Positive changes. I'm really excited for what's to come. Can't wait to share it all with you guys. I have to hold myself back because it's not ready yet. But stay tuned because I'll be sharing much, much more to come. All right, let's get into it and see what is going on with your connection. We're just going to do a general reading. It's not going to be divine masculine, divine feminine. I just want to do like a general, if I can shuffle, I just want to do like a general spread. Patreon subscribers, you should now have the pick-a-pile available for viewing their next step. So make sure that you're checking that out. If you're an Ascension Connections tier subscriber, you also have the bonus romance reading that went live yesterday. So make sure that you're checking out all of the readings. And we are having the live stream message poll for Ascension Connections tier next Monday as well. So that includes some light channeling for you. We're pulling messages from my message decks and my tarot deck that I created. It's a lot of fun. If you want to join that live stream, join that tier on the Patreon. All right. What is going on in this connection, please, Spirit? What's going on in this connection? Ooh, changes. 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 All right, one more. Yep. I like it. Whoa. All right. Interesting. This feels separate. I'm going to put that over there for a second. That feels like past energy. What goes in this spot here? One more card. Awesome. Love it. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, and Justice. Changes. All right. I love this energy that's coming through. I feel like it's no coincidence that it is this new moon energy. We had channeled that. The last couple of Sacred Union energy updates felt a little bit denser. Not heavy, just a little bit denser. And I feel like it's because there's been this massive shift that we are all undergoing. Whether you're a divine masculine or a divine feminine, there's been this shift in energy, particularly on the divine masculine side, or that divine masculine polarity. I feel like there's a lot of energetic shifting. Divine feminines, you might have been picking up on this and taking it on as your own, or thinking that it was your own. You might have been clearing some residual energy or residual blocks or residual beliefs as a result of this. But it's because your masculine is really going through a profound awakening and ascension. Remember, awakening is not just once and done. Awakening and ascension, there are multiple levels. You are multidimensional. There are multiple levels to you, to who you are as a soul, not just who you are in this physical incarnation as Susan, as Joe, as Jack, as Jill. It's not just this physical nature of yourself. You are soul, and as soul, you are infinite. You are multidimensional. You are, in essence, more than what you perceive yourself to be. And so when you're going through awakening, you're clearing a lot of the old conditioning, a lot of the old patterning, a lot of the old beliefs to get to the core of that soul, to get to the center of that soul, where you recognize that you are infinite, where you recognize that you are one with all, where you recognize that you're part of God's source, where you recognize that you are at the core of all things, love. And so part of this awakening and ascension is understanding that there are many layers, and what they have always shown it to me as a spiral going deeper and deeper within oneself. As you're raising your frequency, as you are rising in your vibration, you're actually going deeper and deeper within the inner spiral of oneself. You're connecting deeper to yourself, your true authentic self. I feel like your person is really diving into that energy now, or they have been going through that energy. We talked about that in the previous Sacred Union energy updates, but they're really going through this ascension. It doesn't feel like they're in the thick of it. It feels like they're coming up for air. That's what it feels like. I can finally come up for air. I can feel like I can finally breathe. I feel like they were in the thick of it. I feel like they were in like the underworld of themselves, and I feel like they're coming out of it. There's a fresher air, a clear perception that's coming through here. I'm just getting like a blindfold over their eyes, a veil over their eyes being taken off, and they're seeing themselves, they're seeing the connection, they're seeing life much more clearly. And what I'm hearing is not through the distorted lens that they might have acquired through trauma, through conditioning, through patterns, through old beliefs, outdated beliefs specifically. They're not looking through that distorted lens anymore. They're seeing much more clearly. Truth. They're seeing much more clearly through the lens of love, which is truth. So it's a very fresh energy, and I feel like this new moon is helping to facilitate it, especially after the intense energy of the full moon eclipse that we just experienced. We've talked about this almost ad nauseum, how the 8-8 portal was this wormhole. It was this gateway to move you, especially divine masculines, through this accelerated ascension. It was like they entered the gateway with the 8-8 portal, and it was like whoosh. You know how wormholes speed everything up energetically? That's what it felt like. If you ever seen the show Sliders, that's what it feels like. It's an old show, maybe from the 90s, I think. They go through these like wormholes as like time travelers, and it's cool because even Doctor Who, you could watch Doctor Who, is like one of my favorite shows, and you can see like sometimes they go through these like wormholes, especially like in the opening credits. It's like a wormhole kind of energy, right? Because they're going through space and time, and it's like that. It's like whoosh. That's what it feels like, and it speeds up. Everything speeds up, and that's what this was. It was like this accelerated ascension, and the full moon created more shifts and accelerated even more. And then you had the 11:11 portal that felt like coming out of it, like the choice point. It felt like, okay, you've been going through this accelerated ascension. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to create from it with this 11:11 portal? It was like the open doorway, and it's like there's always these open portals. You can consciously choose to make a different creation or to manifest something different at every given point, no matter where you are in time. It doesn't have to be the 11:11 portal, but the 11:11 portal was like a gateway. Not closing off that cycle of accelerated ascension, but it was almost like coming out the other side of it, coming out the other door and saying, okay, this is the choice point. What are you choosing? You're going to choose to go back and repeat the old cycles, or are you going to create from the here and the now? And again, you can make that conscious decision. It could be Friday, January 12th. That's just a random date. It could be March 2nd. It could be next September. It could be tomorrow. It doesn't matter the date. It was just like an open gateway, an open portal for your energy to begin planting those seeds, to begin making those decisions. You can make that conscious decision whenever it is that you want, whenever it is that you're ready. But it's like, are you going to choose to go back into that old cycle, or are you going to make that conscious decision to move forward? So this new moon energy feels like a breath of fresh air, especially for the divine masculine, even for the divine feminines. I feel like you're feeling that too. It feels more, I keep getting the word inspiration. It feels more motivated. It feels more divinely inspired, especially when it comes to action, taking action for yourself, taking action for your life. What is it that you're choosing? What is it that you are consciously creating for yourself? What actions are you taking? And there's, especially for divine feminines, it feels really creatively inspired. So you might be doing more art, you might be doing more writing, you might be playing more music, you might be listening to more music, you might be wanting to go to art galleries, you might be just like more interested in the creative pursuit, something creative. You might be journaling more. Whatever this is, it feels more creative, having more ideas. You're feeling more emotionally centered, and because you're feeling more emotionally centered and emotionally balanced, you are feeling more creative. You're feeling more creative. There's a lot of energy within the sacral chakra that's occurring now. That feels like for divine feminines. For divine masculines, I do feel that sense of inspiration, that sense of motivation, a desire to do, a desire to go, a desire to make changes for yourself. But it feels very new. This Knight of Pentacles is interesting because I'm kind of feeling like Knight of Wands energy, not from this spread, but just it's interesting that the Knight of Pentacles came out because I'm feeling kind of Knight of Wands energy where it's like wanting to go forward, wanting to take that next step for yourself, for your life, for the connection. Again, it's like the blindfold has come off. It's like you're seeing things more clearly. You're seeing your life more clearly. And it's like you want to create for your life now in a different energy than you were in. It's like you're able to, it feels like a little bit of a transition period for you is what I'm getting. So you might go back and forth a little bit, divine masculines. There might be some balancing out of your energies. One day you might feel really balanced and ready to move forward. One day you might feel like you've regressed and held yourself back. But remember, it's always forward motion. It's always forward movement. You are shifting, you are integrating a lot of energy, a lot of changes. So it's almost like what I'm seeing is a divine masculine who really has his eyes forward looking, really has his eyes on the future, really wanting to create differently from what they had experienced in the past because they're recognizing that they want to be different than they were in the past. They are different than they were in the past because of this healing, because of this ascension, because of this awakening. Okay, so let's get to the spread here. Knight of Pentacles, Strength, Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Two of Cups. I'm going to get to this past energy first. They're calling me to it. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. I feel like in the past, you and or your person, or both of you, felt abandoned, felt rejected, neglected, left out in the cold, especially when it came to this connection. And there was this energy of walking away, you or your other person. I feel like if this was you, divine feminines especially, you were feeling especially neglected, maybe unappreciated, maybe rejected within the connection. There could have been ghosting, there could have been blocking, there could have been a lack of communication. There could have been some kind of perceived abandonment with regards to this connection that asked you to truly honor yourself, love yourself, and disengage from toxic energy, toxic behaviors, from this place where you might have been previously accepting putting yourself out in the cold and saying, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to engage in a connection where I am just abandoning myself for the sake of the connection. And so you, in honoring yourself, decided to disengage from the behaviors or the connections that were feeling really hurtful to you, that were feeling really harmful to you, that were really dishonoring yourself because you didn't want to put yourself out in the cold. You didn't want to abandon yourself anymore. And so I feel like this was a journey of self-discovery, especially where do I honor myself? The Nine of Cups, which follows the Eight of Cups, obviously, is a lot about personal happiness and personal fulfillment, whereas the Ten of Cups is like inviting in the partner, marriage, happiness, couples, relationship, it's having everything, family. The Nine of Cups is a little bit of a more solitary energy. Where are you fulfilling your wishes? Where are you having your own personal fulfillment? Where are you feeling fulfilled within yourself? I feel like this was a journey of self-discovery for you. And I feel like because of that, you are both receiving and giving love. There's a much more secure energy about you, much more stable and grounded energy about you than perhaps there had been in the past. I'm also being called to the Queen of Swords here. This feels very confident. This feels very, I know who I am. I'm connecting deeply with myself. I'm going to continue to express who I am in my authentic power. I'm also getting Queen of Wands energy where it feels very confident within oneself. I feel like it might have taken you a lot to feel that secure within yourself, where there might have been a lot of insecurity with this Five of Pentacles energy within your connection. For the Divine Masculine, you've been mirroring this energy. I feel like you have been, in essence, putting yourself out in the cold as well. Remember the mirroring, like Divine Feminine was doing this too by accepting, whatever it was that the connection was not feeling good to her, for lack of a better phrase. Divine Masculines, I feel like you're mirroring this energy, or you were mirroring this energy, where you might have been keeping yourself out in the cold by pushing the connection away. And I feel like you might have felt like you pushed your Divine Feminine away. I feel like this Princess of Pentacles, this Page of Pentacles, is wanting to offer them something stable, wanting to offer a new beginning, because you're recognizing, you're realizing where you had, in essence, in some way, maybe even in a small way, neglected the connection. You didn't give to the connection everything that you could have, everything that you wanted to, and you're recognizing this, everything that was deserved. And I feel like you recognize that Divine Feminine wasn't asking for much. But there was some energy of neglect here, and I feel like you're beginning to become aware of this and understand this, where you're taking responsibility and accountability for your role. Remember, Divine Feminine is taking accountability for her role by saying, I can see where I abandoned myself by trying to, by where I was maybe sacrificing so much, where I was overgiving to a connection, I was abandoning myself. Divine Masculine is understanding his role that he was playing as well in abandoning the connection and thus abandoning himself. It's two sides of the same coin. It's a mirrored energy. You're approaching it from two different angles, but it's the same energy of abandonment. It's the same energy of neglect within the connection. You're just approaching it from two different angles to show you where you have been abandoning yourself, either because you were sacrificing yourself and giving too much to a connection, abandoning yourself for the sake of a connection that necessarily wasn't healthy for you, or that was abandoning you in return, or you were abandoning the connection, you were pushing the connection away, thus abandoning yourself because you're abandoning love. I really hope that makes sense. It's hard to articulate. I'm able to see the full picture from both angles, but it's hard to articulate both angles. And it's going to be applied situationally in various different ways. So it's hard to speak in abstract terms here, but I hope it makes sense here. It's two sides of the same coin. You're mirroring the energies of abandonment. But what's happening is it led you both onto this journey of self-discovery. And I feel like for the Divine Masculine, there's this high level of awareness that is coming in, and they're seeing where they wanted to perhaps be the king and offer you everything, but they were only giving you page energy. You're the queen. They were only giving you page energy rather than the king energy, and they're beginning to realize this, and they're wanting to offer you something more. And this feels really sincere. This feels like their heart, but in a very tangible, physical way, in a very partnership kind of way. So this was the past energy. What's happening currently, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, from the page to the Knight. I really like this progression here. There's a revelation realization that's happening here. There's accountability, responsibility that's happening here. There is a maturing that's happening here for the Divine Masculine. This feels like masculine, this feels like feminine, and in between you have the Strength card. And I feel like there is an overcoming of the previous sense of self in order to move the connection forward, a desire to move the connection forward. With the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, I do feel like there's this holding back from both parties. Perhaps there's some more growth, perhaps there's some more maturing, perhaps there's some more understanding and clarity that needs to come forth in the connection. But the underlying layer between the two of you, the ultimate outcome of what you want, is this Two of Cups energy. Ultimately, what you want is this union, this Three of Cups energy, which has always been my union card. And what I love about this is you have that union. Look at that. You have the Two Cups pouring into the third. The Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine, and God Source energy, that Trinity energy, which is that relationship energy. Masculine, feminine, two parts birth a relationship, right? Two parties birth a relationship, but it's also masculine, feminine, God Source. And look at that love. Look at that heart that intertwines between you all. That's that Trinity energy. So I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles and the Justice card, there's a desire for harmony. There's a desire for equal reciprocity, where there was a lot of neglect, a lot of abandonment, a lot of lack of reciprocity and imbalance in the past. I do feel like there's a desire for more balance, more harmony, where there is a need for a clearing of the karma, a clearing of the past, a clearing, a healing of what was, especially this energy here. A clearing of what was, because there is this desire for this union. there's this desire for justice between you both. And it's not just the divine feminine wants justice. This is both of you want this justice in this connection. Both of you want, it's like the divine masculine knows that you deserve justice. The divine masculine knows what you deserve, knows that you deserve this love, knows that you deserve to be treated with respect, knows that you deserve to be given everything. They want that for you. They want to be able to give you. Divine feminine, you want that balance. You want that equal partnership. You want that harmony between you two. You want that union between you two. That's your sense of justice too. So I feel like you both are mirroring this. You both truly want this balance between you guys, and that is the potential outcome, this union. You both want, look at how their arms are intertwined. You're offering to each other, you're offering love to each other. You're it's the quantum entanglement is what I'm hearing. Like, it's this connection, this depth of this connection. You truly do want this. But I feel like at present, there's still some withholding energy. There's still some holding back energy. And I feel like because with the Strength card, there's some overcoming of the past, some overcoming of old beliefs. Divine Feminines, I feel like you're a little bit guarded with the Queen of Swords. Yes, in your confidence. Yes, in your self-empowerment, but a little bit guarded, a little bit wary of the Knight of Pentacles. What is it that you're bringing in? What is it that you want? Is this truly sincere? The Knight of Pentacles, the Divine Masculine, is saying, yes, it is sincere. Yes, it is genuine affection. Yes, it is genuine love. Yes, it is a genuine offer. But they're still maturing into that King of Pentacles energy. They're still going through this transition. They're still going through this process. All right, let's get a little bit more and see what else there is. Anything else? The Ten of Cups. Yep. What we were just talking about, the Nine of Cups. Understanding your own emotional fulfillment, connecting deep within yourself so that you can connect deeply with another. And what happens when you connect deeply with yourself so that you can connect deeply with another? You create the Ten of Cups together. Ten of Cups is complete emotional fulfillment, complete happiness in all areas, especially with regards to connection, partnership, relationship, family, home life. I feel like this is a deep desire for both of you. I feel like you're manifesting each other. You're truly calling each other home to each other in your deepest heart of hearts. What's happening in the physical reality, though? What's happening in the physical reality? I just saw Temperance, so there is a balancing out that's happening of the energies. What's happening in the physical reality? We have the Empress and we have the Ace of Cups. There's a new love that's being birthed here from within. There's a new life that is being birthed here from within. The feminine energy is rising within the masculine, which is what makes the masculine energy within them rise. We've talked about this on the channel before. The feminine energy within the masculine, we're specifically speaking males, but it could just refer to any masculine energy. But as we especially see this in males within society, where the feminine energy, their emotions, the self-expression was really suppressed. And the more that the feminine energy is embraced and honored within the self, the more they can embrace and honor the feminine outside of themselves, the feminine energy outside of themselves. This could be counterparts. This could be feminines in their life, but especially their divine feminine. And it's because they were blocking their own feminine energy. And the more their own feminine energy is respected, honored, and it rises within them, because it's balancing out, their core masculine energy rises. It's not distorted anymore. The distortion comes from blocking their self-expression, from blocking the feminine energy within them. That's what union is. It's a balancing out of the polarities. It's a balancing out of the energies. And you have that inner union first before it's experienced within counterparts, before it's experienced with another in relationship, before it's experienced within the polarities that are embodied into physical people. You have to balance out the polarities within you as the divine masculine and the divine feminine within for that inner union, that inner harmony, that inner balancing before it's balanced out in your external experience. But the more that the feminine energy is rising and is allowed to rise and is allowed to be honored, is allowed to be expressive, is allowed to be emotional, balanced with the masculine energy, the more the masculine is able to step into his power as the masculine, because he's not looking at the distorted feminine energies. He's not looking through the lens of distortion. He's not suppressing the feminine energy within him. It's a balancing out that happens. So the more the feminine energy rises, the more the masculine energy rises as well, and the more he can become the embodiment of the divine masculine. But it's like he has to feel the feminine energy first. He has to honor the feminine energy first. He has to allow that feminine energy to be a part of him first, energetically speaking, his own inner feminine energy. And then, it's like he understands his emotions, he connects to emotions, he understands his self-expression, he connects deeply to himself, his heart space, his soul self, and that balances out with the masculine energy. We talked about this in the last Sacred Union Energy Update. The mind is very masculine oriented, the heart is very feminine oriented, and it was almost like there was a disconnect between the two. I was seeing a cord between the mind and the heart. It was almost like there was a disconnect. An energetic disconnect, and now that cord, that energy link is coming online again. There's a connection that's happening, and that's the balance of the polarities. Okay, so there's a lot more love that is being birthed within the connection, within the self. Yeah, beautiful. Anything else we need to know tonight? Anything else we need to know tonight? Anything else we need to know tonight between the counterparts? We have the Six of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Oh, I talked about the Knight of Wands earlier. I was picking up on that energy, wasn't I? We have the Six of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Two of Wands. I do feel like there is this clearer energy. Remember we talked about that in the beginning as well? I do feel like there's this desire for action. There's this desire for movement forward. I feel like the path is not entirely clear yet, but it's opening up. It's opening up. What I'm getting is the middle way. It's like it's not so black and white, and I feel like especially Divine Masculine is beginning to understand that it's not so black and white. There can always be a solution. There can always be a middle way. And I feel like they're receiving more clarity as well. But both partners desiring this harmony, this peace, this forward movement. I'm hearing walking the sacred path, both wanting to walk the sacred path together. It's just, what I'm hearing is it's you might have a little bit of trouble finding each other. It might feel like you're having a little bit of trouble finding each other in the physical. And what I mean by that is not as far as, where's my counterpart, but as far as it might feel like you're on your individual or separate journeys right now. It might feel like it would take a miracle for this to come together. It might feel like you have no idea how this is going to unfold. So it might feel like you're having a little bit of trouble finding each other. That's what I mean by that. Coming together. You're having a hard time coming together. You're having a hard time bridging the gap. But that bridge is being built. And you are on your sacred path towards home, towards each other. There's just this process that's unfolding right now. And what I'm hearing is it might not make sense right now. We've been picking up on this. But there are pieces that are aligning. Everything is aligning. You just have to trust and have faith in the process, in yourself and God. Just allow the unfolding, allow the path to unfold as it's meant to. All right, you guys, that is going to be it for tonight's reading. Let me know, give it a like, send me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. Heck, let me know how you guys are enjoying the holiday. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Just, let me know. I'm sending you so much love, so much gratitude, so much just pure joy, gratitude, and thankfulness for you being part of my journey, for you being part of this collective, being part of this community. I appreciate you all so very much. I'm sending you so much light and so much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.